Hello. So, I proposed to Lexi yesterday. Today is the 26th of March. It's about 15 minutes until midnight. So, I didn't actually plan on posting this to YouTube. I had a feeling I would, based on her reaction and based on everybody's curiosity, but I never really wanted to, but I kind of have to. So, where to start? Gosh, it's been a long ride. Like this feels really weird. 11 months ago, I sat in this chair and I talked about how much Lexi meant to me. And I started asking her to prom every day for the following 11 months. Every day. Wrote something down in a notebook, took a picture next to it, and then put it into a video, printed it out, put it in a photo album. So my hope was to have her keep that photo album and, look back on it in a couple of years and be like, yeah, it was a pretty good proposal. Not trying to be braggish or anything, but that was the hope. Because she really has meant a lot to me. But I really like her for that. So, I never planned on posting this, but I got so many people that are like, show me her reaction when you do it, because close to 100 people knew, by the end of this, close to 100 people knew I was proposing to her because I had so many people in the pictures. So I'm not going to sit down with them and show them the proposal and then her reaction, because that's way too much time that I just don't have. So YouTube is the next best way. Not that I think YouTube's bad, I just never wanted to do it. Then whatever. I guess I'm saying that because I have received a couple of, I don't want to say complaints, but let's say critiques, saying that I'm doing it for attention. That was not the idea. I didn't want attention from this. Like, I just feel pressured to put it on YouTube because I'm just never going to hear the end of people wanting to see it. And I guess that's good. I never really knew the impact that it would have. But hey, now I know. So, it's already been 3.5 minutes, so I'll try to cut to the chase. Basically, I'm going to show you what she saw, so the proposal itself, and then I'll show you her reaction. I think I covered everything. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, really. Yeah, so I'll show you the proposal, and then I'll talk about how I set it up, I guess, and then I'll show you the reaction. There are a couple of things I was upset with. I wish I had recorded it better. But here's the proposal.
Hey Lexi, I want to try to keep this as brief as possible. I have a million things that I want to say. I just can't because I want to try to keep this really short. So today's March 20th. It's about 5 days before I actually plan on showing this to you. So you are the most amazing girl I've ever met. I really and truly mean that. 2 years ago, I was super shy, didn't talk at all, really. I had a super loud voice, but I never really used it because I was way too shy to even start up a conversation. That all changed when I first started talking to you a lot more, and we became friends. And of course, you talk really loud, and you're really vocal, and you talk a lot, which is fine. I actually admire that a lot. And so I guess through that, I became a lot more talkative and vocal about almost everything I have to say. So I thank you for that. Like, I really would not be the person I am today without your influence. You're insanely funny. You're one of the funniest people I've ever met, and that is not an understatement. You're one of those people that doesn't realize they're being funny. You know, you'll be talking and you'll say something funny, but you never really notice that you said something funny until someone points it out or whatever. And that's really awesome. You know, it shows that you're not trying to be funny or trying to stand out. You're just being yourself, which is awesome. I admire that a lot as well. You're also so ridiculously smart, and I don't think I've ever seen you get below like an 85 or a 80 whatever on a bio test ever. I don't think you've ever gotten below a B ever on a bio test. And while it doesn't sound all that abnormal on paper, AP Bio is like one of the hardest classes you can take at our school, so it obviously proves that you study a lot, you take school very seriously, and that's really awesome. You're not joking around, just go right to the chase. You know everything that there is to know for class. So with that, I just want to say that I have a crush on you. Like, I've liked you for a long time, and a long time being about 4-ish years, and that sounds ridiculously crazy, super sad, depressing, kind of creepy, honestly, and I completely get that. I don't blame you, but I just need to get that out there because like, I've been holding that secret for way too long, and I feel like you should know, because you definitely deserve to know, especially being someone that has changed my life the way that you have. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I recorded something earlier, so earlier being a year ago. So here's me from a year ago. There it is.
Hey Lexi, I just wanted to say, last Friday night, prom was absolutely amazing. I loved spending the night with you. It could not have been more perfect. It was one of the best experiences of my entire life. And it's because of you. You just made that night so special and so memorable. And so I've been thinking about it for a couple days, and I want to go to prom with you next year. So today, May 2nd, 2017, at 11:48 p.m., I ask you, Lexi, would you go to prom with me next year? Lexi, if I had to choose 5 people that have impacted me the most in my entire life, you would definitely be one of them. You just changed me throughout junior and senior year for the better by talking to you. You're one of the most talkative people I've ever met. No conversation with you is ever boring or dull because you're always talking, you're always having something to say, which is awesome, and I admire that a lot. This was kind of my plain way of trying to emphasize how much you have meant to me, and I hope you understand how much you have meant to me. So I'm going to end it here, but I do want to let you know, and I hope it's made clear that there's nothing that I would rather do in the entire world than to go to prom with you. So that was the video. It was not the most thought out video, but to be fair, I had like a month to make it. I didn't actually initially know what I was going to do with all the photos. When I first started this whole thing, I was like, oh, I'll just figure all this out when the date gets closer. So I figured I would make a video, and I put all the stuff in a scrapbook, which is kind of cool, a photo album, if you will. So about her, about the whole thing, actually, about the proposal, the act of proposing, I had to ask her mom for permission to their apartment. So I asked her 2 weeks before. I texted her, but I was like, hey, is it cool if you can give me access to your apartment for a couple hours to propose to Lexi? She's like, oh, sure. She was super cooperative and super helpful. She was awesome. She went out of her way to make sure Lexi wasn't working a terribly long shift that day. So she was really helpful, and I appreciate that. The act of setting it up, I used an Apple TV. I plugged it into their TV in their living room or something, and I mirrored my iPad display, which had the video playback. So I just played the video on my iPad, which copied onto the TV, and it worked fine. All the audio came through, which was awesome. It was perfect. So that went well. But then the worst part of this whole thing was the camera, and I'm still kicking myself, and I will forever kick myself over this. I am so upset with myself. My camera was not in the best of places. It's just such a big phone. Like, it was hard to hide. Not the best phone to hide. I have an iPhone 6S, so it's kind of big. Basically, what I did was I cut a little hole in a tissue box near their TV, and then I propped up the phone so that it was looking through the hole. And I thought it was clever and what's the word I'm looking for? Sneaky enough, I guess you could say. And her mom thought the same, and her sister thought the same. They're like, oh, she'll never see it. But of course, she walked in and immediately saw it within like 10 seconds. She's like, is that a camera? You'll hear it. You'll see everything. So the reason why I'm upset about it is because, A, it most likely, actually, I'm not saying most likely, it most definitely messed with her reaction. It kind of biased her reaction, if you would. She definitely is not the most. She's pretty camera shy. So of course she sat on the side of the couch that was not covered by the camera. So for most of the promposal, she is not in the shot. So not that matters. Her facial expressions aren't really what gives it away. What she says is amazing. Like, the whole reaction itself was priceless. Completely blew me away. Was not expecting her to have such a violent reaction to it. She thought it was cute. I was not ready for that. You'll see, I laughed nervously. I thought she was like, kissing up or whatever. Didn't really take her seriously, and then she constantly insisted that it was cute, and I was so flattering. She's so nice. She's so sweet. I think that's it. That's all I really want to say. That's all you really need to know. The rest of it's covered in the video. So, without further ado, here's the video. Here's the reaction.
Hey Lexi, I want to try to keep this as brief as possible. I have a million things that I want to say. I just can't because I want to try to keep this really short. So today's March 20th, about 5 days before I actually plan on showing this to you.
Is that a camera?
So you are the most amazing girl I've ever met. I really and truly mean that. 2 years ago, I was super shy, didn't talk at all, really. I had a super loud voice, but I never really used it because I was way too shy to even start up a conversation. That all changed when I first started talking to you a lot more, and we became friends. And of course, you talk really loud, and, you know, you're really vocal and you talk a lot, which is fine. I actually admire that a lot. And so I guess through that, I became a lot more talkative and vocal about almost everything I have to say. So I thank you for that. That like, I really would not be the person I am today without your influence. You're insanely funny. You're one of the funniest people I've ever met, and that is not an understatement. You're one of those people that doesn't realize they're being funny. You know, you'll be talking and you'll say something funny, but you never really notice that you said something funny until someone points it out or whatever. And that's really awesome. You know, it shows that you're not trying to be funny, you're trying to stand out, you're just being yourself, which is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I admire that a lot as well. You're also so ridiculously smart, and I don't think I've ever seen you get below like an 85 or 80 whatever on a bio test ever. I don't think you've ever gotten below a B ever on a bio test. And while it doesn't sound all that abnormal on paper, AP Bio is like one of the hardest classes you can take at our school. So it obviously proves that you study a lot, you take school very seriously, and that's really awesome. You're not joking around, you just go right to the chase. You know everything that there is to know for class. So with that, I just want to say that I have a crush on you. Like, I've liked you for a long time. About 4-ish years, and that sounds ridiculously crazy, super sad, depressing. You're kind of creepy, honestly. I completely get that. I don't blame you, but I just need to get that out there because that, like, I've been holding that secret for way too long, and I feel like you should know because you definitely deserve to know, especially being someone that has changed my life the way that you have. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I recorded something earlier, so earlier being a year ago. So here's me from a year ago. There it is.
Hey Lexi,
Oh my god.
last Friday night, prom was absolutely amazing. I loved spending the night with you. It could not have been more perfect. It was one of the best experiences of my entire life.
This is insane.
And it's because of you. You just made that night so special and like, so memorable. So I've been thinking about it for a couple days, and
Oh my god.
we're coming to you.
The most
So
extra.
today, May 2nd, 2017, at 11:30 p.m., I asked you,
Lexi, if I had to choose 5 people that have impacted me the most in my entire life, you would definitely be one of them. You just changed me throughout junior and senior year for the better by talking to me. just talking to people I've ever met. No conversation with you is ever boring or dull because you're always talking, you're always having something to say, which is awesome. So this was kind of my way of trying to emphasize how much you have meant to me, and I hope you understand how much you have meant to me. So I'm going to end it here. I do want to let you know, and I hope it's made clear that there's nothing that I would rather do in the entire world than to go to prom with you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's Grace. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes, of course! Oh my god! Oh my god! Dude, I've never had anything sweeter in my whole life. Oh my, I was thinking, I was like, is Ryan here right now? But then I was like, no, my dog's gonna be doing something anywhere. You even oh! Oh my god, Ryan! I'm floored right now. Also, I noticed that.
did!
I did! Within 3 seconds, I'm like, Ryan!
Oh.
I was like, that looks like his phone. That's why I was thinking, is he here right now?
Dang! I should have put it somewhere else.
I know, I was sitting right there. You only got a little bit of my reaction. I was like, Ryan!
Oh man.
I can't believe you did that. I like don't even know what to say. I'm so amazed. Dude, I don't even know what to say. That's so... How long have you been here?
Since 1:30.
Since 1? Just hanging out with my family.
I thought it would take longer to set up.
Oh my god. Dude. That's wow. I don't even know what to say. That is, and of course you picked Fix You too.
I know how much you
I don't know if you heard me at the couch, but I was like, of course you picked that song.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, a bunch of people knew.
I noticed that! The drama department!
The drama kids, yep. Got that in.
No one would...
I thought you knew. Like,
No!
Good.
Oh my god! This is all like... Oh, it's so crazy. Oh my god. Dude. Wow. It's just so great.